Alberta Premier Danielle Smith's leadership is about to be put to the test. More than 5,000 United Conservative Party members are going to vote in a leadership review, the first one she's faced as head of the party. Almost nobody thinks she's in big trouble of losing, even if there is a small campaign against her. But history shows that in Canadian and Alberta politics, you have to do a whole lot better than a mere passing grade if you want to quell doubts whether you can stay on as leader. So let's go to the leaderboard. I'll call the first here, you are beloved by your party. That's Rachel Notley when she was premier and leader of the Alberta NDP. Even after she lost power, she still got 98% in a leadership review in 2021. Saskatchewan Premier Scott Moe scored 97% last year in a leadership review for the Saskatchewan Party. And this week he won another majority government. Also, Danielle Smith, when she was Wildrose leader a decade ago, she cleared 90%. Next here, solid state, or as I like to call it, still the one. Federal NDP leader Jagmeet Singh got 81% or higher in 3 consecutive leadership reviews. That's let him run in 2 federal elections and probably another one next year. In 2012, Ontario Premier Dalton McGuinty got 86% from Liberals. Sure, he resigned a couple weeks later, but at least that wasn't because his party was pushing him out. Next, let's call this one the good enough for now. Alberta Premier Ed Stelmach got 77% in a 2009 review. The next Premier, Alison Redford, got that same number, 77%. That was strong enough for both Stelmach and Redford to prove they had enough support to stay on as leader. But that did give a sneak preview of the party unrest that would push each of them out before they could face another election. In 2000, Federal Reform Party leader Preston Manning got 75%, but he didn't get to stay long. Later that year, when a new version of the party held a leadership contest, he lost. This is the gray zone. Back in 1983, former Prime Minister Joe Clark fought in a Tory convention and got 66.9%. But that wasn't a strong enough mandate for him to stay on, so he called a leadership election and lost. Flash forward to 2008. Ontario PCs gave leader John Tory that same number, 66.9%. He decides to stay on, but would be out within a year. Now this is the technically, but no level. In 2022, Jason Kenney got 51.2% in the UCP leadership review. Yeah, that's a majority, but he said it was far too low for him to stick around. And that's how we got Danielle Smith as premier. Before him in 2006, Premier Ralph Klein was shocked by a 55.4% score from the Alberta PCs. That was the end of his political career, and then is outright failing. Tom Mulcair didn't see that coming in 2016 when only 48% of federal New Democrats supported his leadership. He didn't have a choice in the matter. He'd be replaced. So where will Danielle Smith land? Nobody really knows for sure, but I've spoken to insiders and they think she might get just under 70%. So good enough for now. What would she do with that? That's just about as hard to guess.